Hi there, welcome to episode 6 of Life is Strange Before the Storm. Glad you could come along. I really enjoyed episode 5. I've spent days thinking about it afterwards. I've made loads of notes. The improvisation between Rachel and Chloe on stage had me in stitches. It was hilarious at times. It was so well voice acted. I would imagine as an actor it's one of the hardest things to do, to act improv. But it was done superbly and it came off tremendously well and was very authentic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It reminded me of something. Those of you who've played True Colours, and you'll know where I'm going here, will remember a scene, and I'm not going to spoil this for people who haven't played True Colours, between two characters who are in the Rocky Mountain Record Traders store. These two characters are actually acting roles as part of an activity that's going on, and they're in costume, and they have this conversation which is in character with the parts they're playing in this activity, but they're also having a conversation hidden beneath that, which has a totally different meaning and is about relationships, the relationship between these two characters in particular, and it's meant to be hidden so that no one else can work out what it is they're talking about, but there's someone else in the record store who overhears them and completely understands every word they're saying. And although that is the later of the series compared to Before the Storm, it did remind me, because I've played it out of sequence, of this interaction between Rachel and Chloe. This one was the funnier of the two, I would have to say, because it went on for so long and it was so well done. However, having said how much I enjoyed that episode, that interaction leave me with a bit of a queasy feeling in my stomach afterwards when I thought about it. Because I believe there's more going on in Rachel Amber's life than we're being told. I think she's keeping secrets, or she has a secret. I got this definite sense in their interaction that Chloe was the one who was playing catch up. She was being led by Rachel, and Rachel was the one who was steering the conversation in the direction she wanted it to go. Now you may say, well of course she did, because Rachel knew the script to the Tempest, so she had to help Chloe along, and I would agree with you on that level. But on the subtext level of the conversation they were having between them, which was to do with their relationship, I distinctly got the feeling Rachel was in command. She was the one shaping where that was going to go. Yes, I mean there was a good thing from it, that she did make clear her feelings for Chloe very much more strongly than she has done, to the point really of saying, I will not be without you, I do value you and I won't let you leave alone, and getting Chloe to agree to not going off alone and waiting for Rachel. What she didn't do, as far as we know, is tell Chloe the reasons why she can't leave yet. What is it she's got to wait for? If it was something simple, surely she would have told her before the play, or in the text during the play. She could have hidden it from the ears of the audience, but still alluded to why it was she couldn't go immediately. But she didn't do that. The fact she wouldn't let Chloe go from her life did also make me think, you get this image of a spider talking to the fly, that it's just trapped in its web. I don't want to doubt Rachel. I don't want to doubt her sincerity, her intentions towards the relationship with Chloe, but I do think there's more going on in her life than we know. My spidey sense is tingling. So that was the first thing that was in my notes. The second thing in my notes was to do with Chloe and her taking part in the play. I wondered whether her involvement in the play, hilariously off theme as it was, may have earned her some credit with Principal Wells. He will surely have been there in the audience or backstage. He will have met and spoken to Mr. Keaton, who will have told him about the events that unfolded. The fact that the actress was trapped in traffic and all the rest, and that Chloe stepped in, and that the play really would have collapsed. The whole evening may not have gone ahead with everything that went wrong without Chloe stepping in. Her participation probably saved the evening by her standing in as Ariel. Yes, I mean, parts of the play subsequently, because she stepped in, went madly off script, and there was a danger of the whole thing going off the rails. But you know what? I actually think the audience didn't mind. They got caught up in the atmosphere of it. They watched the improv unfold. They rolled with it. They got caught up and involved, and you know, felt part of what they were seeing happening on the stage, to the point that they started calling out things, positive things. Mr. Keaton, of course, standing in the wings, certainly thought that the improv between Chloe and Rachel, the sort of relationship they had as characters, was magical. There was a chemistry there, and Mr. Keaton probably thought that was the best acting he'd ever seen in the whole production of the play, and it was unscripted. So it tells you something about, you know, how sincere Rachel and Chloe could appear on stage. So Chloe's going to get a good deal of street cred, I think, around the campus because of what she did, the fact she stepped in and, you know, saved the evening. Her mother would be proud. She wasn't there because Chloe wasn't part of the play. So her mother, David, would not have been in the audience. I doubt they'll ever know what she did because Chloe's not living at home now. But I do think maybe in Principal Wells' eyes, this is the start of Chloe redeeming herself, opening a door, should she want it, to her return to Blackwell Academy in due course. So that's a positive. As far as Rachel's participation in the play is concerned, well, I mean, she was sacked from the play. You could say the same thing. She stepped up at the 12th hour. She did an amazing job. Her participation, though, I think is likely to be sweet and sour. Sweet because of that, because she's, you know, taking the credit for it rightly, because she did act tremendously well on the stage and really probably was the centre of the whole performance. But the sour, of course, is that although it's wonderful she stepped in for the incapacitated Victoria, she's the one who incapacitated Victoria in the first place. So it was a pretty risky thing to do, quite a dangerous thing to do. I presume they were some sort of sedative that Victoria was taking to calm herself down. So Rachel giving her even more of them was a hideously risky thing to do that she shouldn't have done. Although it shows, I think, a kind of ruthless side to Rachel. If she was found out subsequently, there would be massive consequences for her, both in the school and probably with the police. But will she be found out? I thought about this. On the one hand, Victoria might think to herself, well, I did take some tablets. I must have taken more than I should have, and it's, you know, made me woozy and put me to sleep, and I missed the play. She might blame herself. Or it's possible that Victoria will look at her container of pills the next day and think to herself, whoa, hang on a minute, I didn't take that many tablets. And then she'll think about, well, who was there in the dressing room with me? Rachel and Chloe. And she'll put two and two together. And then I thought, if she thinks Victoria was responsible and did this deliberately, if she works that out, how will she react? She probably overestimates her importance in school, Victoria. She probably overestimates her social standing and all the rest of it. But equally, she has the understanding of social media. She's got the accounts. She's got the familiarity with it and the presence on it to ruin things quite easily for Rachel, and by implication, because Chloe was there as well, for Chloe, should she want to. She could, for instance, if she, knowing what she knows about Rachel and Chloe, thought they were planning to run away together, she could reveal that. She could expose the plan and spoil it, ruin the whole thing. Or she could just make insinuations about their friendship. She could be very nasty. I've said this before with Victoria. She's the sort of person in this situation that you don't want to make an enemy of. And I think that's exactly what Rachel is in danger of doing, or has already done. I actually don't think it's likely yet that anyone else will have worked out their running away together plan, the subtext of what they were talking about on stage in the interaction between Rachel and Chloe. Rachel's parents would have been in the audience, this is certainly true, so Rachel would not have wanted to make anything too obvious or overt in the words that she used with Chloe. It is weird though that having very recently run off together, admittedly only for the day, but they ran away together, no one is seeing that as a warning, as a precursor that they might do it again, but this time for real. So thinking also of the audience, the fourth thing that occurred to me in my notes was Sarah. What was she doing? Standing, hiding perhaps, in the shadows at the back of the audience. What I thought about was, if she's trying to keep a low profile, if she's arrived in Arcadia Bay but she doesn't want her presence to be widely known or to draw attention to herself, then going to a play is not a sensible thing to do. For instance, someone, a parent, a teacher, could have seen her standing there on her own and just tried to engage her in friendly, casual conversation, asking her who she was, how it was she was there, did she know anybody, had she come to watch anything in particular, those sorts of questions that people ask, the friendly sort of questions people come up with. So to risk being there, she must have had a compelling reason for attending the play. And I'm betting that it's not something to do with her being a Hollywood studio talent scout. She came to watch something or someone. She came to observe something. So this is where my notes took me next. Is she there because she's watching Chloe? She's met Chloe, kind of. She saw Chloe when Sarah stepped down from Frank's motorhome. There was Chloe, so she knows her face. She may have even asked Frank subsequently, who is this girl that I saw coming to your motorhome? He may have told her that she is the person that was going to get the $1,000 from Drew that was owed, the drugs money. Maybe even Sarah, if she is involved in the drugs side of things, we're making a leap here, could know or suspect that the missing $1,000 is with Chloe, and that's why she's watching her and keeping an eye on her. If it's not Chloe, maybe she was there because Rachel's father was there. Maybe she was hoping to, I don't know, get a moment when he was on his own where she could catch up with him and they could have a conversation and arrange their next liaison. Who knows? I'm betting she's not a fan of the Tempest. I don't think she was there to watch the Shakespeare. Maybe it was Rachel that she was there to observe, to watch. Why would she do that? Well, both Chloe and Rachel walked past Sarah in the park on their way up to the viewing area, so it's possible Sarah recognised Rachel as being James's daughter. I don't know, and this is very left field, whether it's possible that when Rachel was looking through the viewer and saw her father kiss Sarah, that Rachel's reaction was not just because she saw her father doing this horrible thing. Maybe Rachel recognised Sarah. Now that would be a secret being kept by Rachel if that was true. If her reaction, the way she came away from the viewer and wanted to get drunk, and her whole attitude, the way it changed the day that they ran away after she'd seen what she saw through the viewer, if that was in any way connected with Sarah as well as her father, that really would be a plot buster. It is a left field thought, that one, I'm not sure. But what I am sure about, I think, is that Sarah recognises Rachel. Whether she knows that she is James's daughter, I don't know. Can she suspect that Rachel saw what she did with her father in the park? Is that why she's keeping an eye on Rachel? Does she want to head off Rachel from causing trouble by telling her mother, or, exposing what it was she saw? Or is the reason that Sarah's in Arcadia Bay something totally different? It's nothing to do with this at all. It doesn't explain why she's at the play, though. I did think that. If she's purely there because of the drugs, then her reason for being at the play has to be connected to Chloe and the drugs money. I don't know. I guess I can thank my late policeman father, he spent some time in the police force, for my wayward detective instincts. But sometimes, the suspects that you have pinned up on your who did what board, they just don't link up too well. We've got no crime as yet, apart from the fact there's $1,000 of drugs money missing that Chloe's in possession of, and that she burgled Drew's room, and that Rachel has given Victoria these tablets. I mean, I say we have no crime yet. We've got some crime yet. But what we have got is a mystery, though. James knows Sarah. How, we don't know, but he knows her extremely well on a very personal level. He knows her better than we do, at any rate. We've seen her 3 times, Sarah, and she's not spoken word one. So we've got no clues in that regard as to who she is and what she's doing. But that's the breadcrumb trail at the centre of this mystery, I'm absolutely positive. If we can work out why and how James is connected to Sarah, it will start to clear the fog, and we'll get to work out why she's in Arcadia Bay and why it is Frank told Chloe she's trouble. That's it. That's the extent of my notes. I'm looking at it, 17 minutes worth of notes from episode 5. All right, that's me off. I'm going to go and fingerprint everyone, check the CCTV cameras, and look through the database and see if anyone matching Sarah's description is there. And we'll move on to episode 6 of Life is Strange Before the Storm.
Oh my god, Keaton's face behind you when you walked on stage? I was shitting myself. He was shitting himself.
That dude owes me.
Yes, that's what I said. Not just him, actually. I do think the school owes her a little bit of credit there. It can't but have done some good, can it? It must have helped. Okay. So we're busy congratulating ourselves afterwards.
My dear, what if I told you that the entire fate of our production rests upon your slender shoulders?
But it did.
I've never had an experience like that on stage. Yeah, right? You were... No, you. Like, seriously. I love nights after a show.
Because she's hyper, isn't she?
Oh, totally. It's such a high. No more nerves, just the adrenaline. So, first timer, are you proud of yourself?
Be proud. Come on.
Yeah, I feel really awesome. If you told me this morning I'd be this happy tonight... You've gone through so much shit today. Right now's pretty good.
It's been a day.
Okay, the whole show was good. I admit it.
Yeah. It was magical.
That's the word. That's the word I used. Oh, don't say something silly. She wants to hold hands. Do it. I'm very surprised you didn't get one of those little significant symbols in the corner there to tell you that what your action had just done something. What a team.
let's leave. For real.
All right.
For real.
This has changed.
You said you wanted to skip town and never look back. Like I said last night. Let's do it.
I know. I've been thinking about that all day. But that was...
Don't say it was just a crazy thought. You mean it. I can tell.
Yeah, Chloe does mean it.
Yeah, but, like, eventually.
Let's go now. Didn't we already agree on stage?
We can't just...
Why not?
They've just completely changed sides here. Suddenly it's Rachel being impulsive, wanting to go right now. And she is impulsive. She sort of doesn't think things through. Alright, all of these things we're going to have to ask, aren't we? How about money to start with?
What about money?
She doesn't know you've got the
I thought
$1,000.
you were a high-rolling criminal now.
Oh. Maybe she does. Yeah, you're not going to do it again though, are you?
Nah, I didn't like being a criminal as much as I thought.
You're more of a hero than I think you realize.
I think you're high right now. I'm... no hero.
We'll see. Anyway, I've got more than enough to start us out. I always get birthday money from my dad. Or should I say, hush money.
Oh gosh.
Any more questions?
Yes. Middle of nowhere.
How far could we possibly get without a car?
True.
I thought you were fixing that truck in the junkyard.
Really?
I was just seeing if I could.
Well, can you or can't you?
It's going to be a maybe, isn't it? See, Rachel's pushing this conversation. She's driving it again, isn't she?
Maybe. It's not like I do this all the time.
You'll figure it out.
But you don't even know what shape it's in.
I don't need to, because I know you, and I know what you're capable of. In other words, we've got transportation covered.
It's just... What is it about Rachel that she's just sort of... She forces things through, doesn't she? She's got this idea in her head and it's going to happen.
I know our parents have been shitty, but we can't just leave them.
That doesn't sound like Chloe Price.
No, you've sort of changed places almost. Oh, both of these things are true. But let's try and make Rachel see that she can't just up and leave without sorting things out with her mum.
Wouldn't it hurt your mom? She doesn't deserve that, right?
Good point.
I don't deserve to live in the middle of my parents' mistakes.
Right. Of course you don't.
Okay.
Fine then, drama queen. Where are we going?
You tell me.
Again, no thought,
What
is there?
uniquely twisted location does Chloe Price plus Rachel Amber equal?
I just kind of get this feeling that Rachel's living this dream as if it's like a fairy tale. She's not thought it through. The practicalities of it aren't barriers to her at all. The things that Chloe is now seeing as being realistic things they've got to sort out before they can do it, Rachel's just glossing over. Where will they go?
I'm feeling like an indefinitely long road trip.
That sounds like the greatest idea anyone's ever thought of. You and me, driving down the coast, filling up our truck with hilarious souvenirs, and every night we'll find a different beach to walk along and watch the sun go down. And one day you'll be at a gas station fixing the brakes, and some guy with no shirt on will come up.
Yeah, okay.
He'll be like, "That's so hot that you know about cars." And I'll say, "Back off. She's with me."
You're full of shit.
I love this time of night. Don't you just feel like everything's possible?
Yeah, she's intoxicated with this idea, isn't she? Look at her. And Chloe's standing there thinking, you're not really
Rachel,
being realistic.
stop. If You don't mean this. It's just making me feel like shit that this life you're describing isn't going to happen.
For fuck's sake! I've never been more serious in my life. Chloe, what would it take to convince you?
There's a question. Let's share some belongings.
Give me something I can hold. Something solid that'll remind me what you promised.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what?
Your bracelet.
How about your bracelet?
This bracelet?
Yeah.
I haven't taken it off. Ever. My dad said I wore it home from the hospital, if you can believe that. I don't know why, but it's always reminded me that the world is a lot bigger than Arcadia Bay.
Oh. Should you give it her or should you keep it?
You better keep it. It sounds really important to you.
Yeah, that's a good move to
It
make.
is. Which is why, of course, I'm going to give it to you.
Okay. I think it's important she made the offer, telling her to keep it.
Okay. I need your help untying this.
They've made a pact here, haven't they?
I will leave you a little more now.
Only a little, huh? What if I said let's leave tonight?
What?
Really?
How can you do that? Again. She's so unrealistic about these things.
What is this?
Well, that's clever, isn't it? That the flames are still raging in the background. And their father warned her about the flames. Rachel's like a
Obviously
flame.
a sign. So? What do you say? Let's go sneak some clothes and stuff from my house.
For you or for me?
I gotta say, my clothes look damn good on you.
Cool. Let's do it.
And
As she
then
cracks her knuckles.
we'll get the hell out of Arcadia Bay.
Oh, wow.
Fuck yes.
Wow. This is taken off in a completely different direction to the way I thought it was going to go. 1 minute it's integrity, honesty, loyalty. 1 minute it's Rachel dragging her heels and Chloe doubting whether Rachel's ever going to want to go away. And then the next minute it's Chloe dragging her heels because Rachel's being so impetuous. And it's still Rachel calling the shots, isn't it? It's still Rachel leading her along. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that uneasy feeling. It's still there. I just wish it was clearer. I wish that rather than acting this out, there'd be a clear expression between them of what their intentions are. A more realistic look at what they're planning to do. Okay, Mom. Good job it's a huge house and she can't hear you from a distance. Who would have thought that cutting up salad made so much noise? Oh!
You're home. Rose, Rachel's home. And she brought her new friend.
Well,
Our surprise star returns.
Daddy doesn't
You're
approve
just in time.
of her friend.
Dinner's almost ready. Chloe, was it?
It was.
It was, but that was before I was suspended. Now it's that girl who used to go here. What was her name again? All one word.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring up any sore subjects.
It's not that sore.
Who's sore?
Yeah, she's come to terms with
Rachel,
that.
honey, you were resplendent tonight.
Oh, resplendent.
Thanks.
Chloe, you must join us for dinner tonight.
She must?
I must?
Of course.
I made chicken a la king. I'm sure you both acted up quite the appetite.
Just leaving.
Thanks, but I was just gonna stop in for a sec and then bounce.
Bounce.
Oh, did you have other dinner plans?
Dinner plans? I always thought dinner was something that just sorta happens.
Not in this
Well,
house.
I know we didn't exactly meet each other at our best this morning, but with you and Rachel becoming such fast friends, I insist you join us for dinner. Don't you agree, Rachel?
Yes, of course. Chloe, would you join us for dinner, please?
Well, that's going to be a yes.
Of course.
Great.
Oh, no.
I just need to wash off. Then I'll be right down.
Don't be long. In meantime, perhaps you can help me with the table, Chloe?
Mhm.
Sure thing, Mrs. Amber.
Okay, I'm gonna go pack. After dinner, we can make our break. You cool down here?
Oh, totally. Do it in your stride. Now tell her to hurry back.
Just hurry back. I don't know how long I can keep this up.
Try doing it your whole life. And
Oh, deep.
Chloe, we just need to make it through dinner. Try not to say anything that,
Gives the game
I
away.
would normally say.
exactly.
Just some quality time with the Ambers. What could possibly go wrong?
I don't know. We're going to have a look around their living room and area in a minute. But before we do that... Here we go. So I survived, just in case you were worried about me. You totally weren't. Remember, she's writing these letters to Max in her imaginary way. But it wasn't easy. I had to remember what to say and where to go and not to flip off everyone in the audience. Not going to lie, I was terrible. I couldn't remember my lines or where to stand or anything, yet somehow none of that mattered in the end. I guess acting is really about forgetting the rest of the world exists and being completely in the moment. When I'm with Rachel, somehow that becomes easy. We ended up creating a new story together on stage. A much better story because this one ends with the two of us escaping the island and sailing off into the sunset together. Take that, Shakespeare. Will real life turn out so awesome? Time will tell. Chloe, the bardest bitch in town. And here we are. Time has told, and no, it turns out that real life is not like the stage. It is so much better. We're leaving tonight. Boom. Peace out, Arcadia Bay. We're hitting the open road. Destination unknown, but who cares? As long as it's far from here. I didn't believe Rachel at first. It's not that I don't trust her, but she tends to get swept away in the moment. Let's just say we're tied together now. She gave me her bracelet. It's her most prized possession in the world, and she tied it around my wrist to show that we're united for whatever happens. After a quick stop by Rachel's house, we're headed off. Next time you hear from me, I'll be an ex-Arcadian, just like you. Chloe, the so much better. Well, let's check the phone messages. Because we have one from Steph. Hello, Steph. What do you want? You got... let's get back to... Oh, we've seen that bit. Right. I heard you were in the Tempest. Yeah, I was kind of a big deal, says Chloe. I believe it. Everyone says the show was awesome. You get medals for 2 good deeds today. Drew's okay. Micah will text you an update in a bit. And then Chloe said, oh, tell him I'm both pulling for him. It's a wonder Drew's okay after the beating he got. All right, let's have a look.
Rachel really was an overachiever before she met me.
Wow.
Glad I nipped that in the bud.
You're going to need a bigger display case. Oh, we can look at everything in here. Oh, okay. We really can look at a lot of things.
How many cabinets do you need?
Question? Oh, why are you opening the cabinet? What are you...
Glasses. Damn. The ambers are fancy as shit.
Poor Chloe. All these reminders of things. Yeah, we've seen the glasses. They were great. Oh, look, a table.
Everything about this house is nicer, cleaner, better, and more expensive than mine. Which isn't saying much, but still.
Yeah. Do you know what, Chloe? I've been in that situation.
Damn. Wonder if this is a family heirloom.
Could be. I've been in that situation when you visit other people and you sort of, sometimes you don't realise it when you're young and then you think about it when you're older, how much sort of better their lifestyle was than your own.
Oh, I think that's an original Who Gives a Shit.
She just can't help herself, can she? Poking fun at things. Oh, talking of which.
Rachel and I both had great childhoods. Mine just ended a little before hers, I guess.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? And it could have been the other way around. What happened to you could have happened to Rachel. And it didn't, did it, Chloe? Why you, eh?
So clean. I bet Rose would kill it with my mom at the diner.
Yes, that's assuming Rose does all her cleaning, of course. She may have someone who comes in to clean.
If I open this, will skeletons come spilling out?
I don't know, let's find out.
No skeletons. Lots of shiny dishes, though.
Oh, not again. It's Mikey giving me an update. Yes, Mikey. Steph says you're a nerd. Hey, Chloe. Drew's out of surgery, in pain but okay. Holy Mikey, I'm so sorry. It's okay, you stuck with me. Wish I could have helped more. Hey, Steph says you were in the play. What? I've had a busy day. Most heroes do, says Mikey. Yeah, see, she has. It's been a weird day for her, but in some ways it's been a really good day. Okay. I don't want to talk to you yet. I want to read this news article.
Something about this photo doesn't seem right. I should fix it.
Oh, Chloe, no. No. What are you doing? Oh, I don't believe she's going to graffiti it.
Can't tag this while Rachel's mom is right there. She'd totally bust me.
You shouldn't tag it anyway. It's going to give away lots of stuff, isn't it? How can you do that? You're a guest in their house. They're going to know you did it, for one thing. She's probably relying on the idea that she's never going to see them again. I might sit in your recliner in a minute, but first...
Easy to see who wears the literary pants around here.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Wow, what a collection that was. Hey, travel photo.
Guess some families actually go to Paris instead of just talk about it their whole lives.
Yep, isn't that the case, Chloe? Ain't that the case?
Holy shit. That's the guy who attacked Drew, and I'm holding on to $1,000 of his money.
Oh, wow.
Rachel and I couldn't be leaving town soon enough.
Whoa, hold everything. So, a converted lumber mill north of town, suspected of larceny, extortion, distribution, assault, robbery, murder, Damon Merrick. Down in the bottom left corner, Sarah Gerhardt. Sheldon Pike. Peter Gillespie, Francis Bowers. Whoa. Okay. That's interesting. So he has a professional interest in Sarah.
I bet there's not even a single Cheeto stuck in this thing.
Quite likely. I'd love to come and use your laptop, and I will in a second, but first the newspaper.
They say all news is local, but damn.
Fire grows despite interagency efforts. I thought they got it under control. Largest fire in Arcadia history frightens residents and baffles authorities. Ooh, they're going to be looking for a cause, aren't they? Hello, James. First, I'm going to go and sit in your chair because the recliner said sit. So I'm going to recline because you've had a day, haven't you, Chloe? Oh, nice. That's huge.
So this is what normal looks like. It's somehow way more boring and way weirder than I imagined.
It is why people
It's
react.
crazy to picture Rachel growing up here and being happy here. At least before she met me.
There's an
And
undercurrent
now
here,
I'm
isn't there?
Taking her away. Or is she taking me away? This doesn't really seem like the kind of place people run away from. What am I saying? Fuck this place.
There's an element in what Chloe's saying of her blaming herself in a way, as being responsible for the way that Rachel is behaving. And that isn't the case, but it's the way she sees it, that she's kind of corrupting Rachel in some way, and she's encouraged her to think about this business of running away. She's put the idea in her head, maybe. Interesting. Thanks, Recliner. You enabled us to do some deep thought there. I'm coming to use that computer, but first I'm going to go and talk to Ma Amber. Oh, crossword puzzle. You're kidding.
What the Amber family considers entertainment looks a lot like what I consider homework.
How can you improve a crossword? She's going to write words in it. She's going to make words up and put them in the spaces. Oh, let's be literal. Come on. What is she doing? She's not. She's drawing something on it. Oh.
Solved it.
I mean, why would you do that? Okay. Look at Rose.
Hi, Rose. Your husband's cheating on you. Pass the ketchup. Hey there, Mrs. Amber.
Chloe.
Hey there, Chloe.
So glad you're joining us tonight.
Integrity, honesty, loyalty.
What?
It's on your lawn.
It is.
Oh, right. Sorry. I guess I'm still getting used to being an elected official's wife.
How's married life?
What's it like being married to the DA?
Much like being married to anyone else, I imagine.
But with a lot more secrets, right?
Good point.
Secrets?
Like attorney-client privilege and all that.
Well, as district attorney, he brings cases against criminals on behalf of the state. He doesn't defend them.
Of course not.
No, he just kisses them in a park.
So, you putting me to work or what?
Yes. If you could please take 4 plates from the cupboard and set them on the table.
What if I can't?
Excuse me?
You said if I could.
Oh, Chloe.
Never mind.
Stop it.
You're a riot, Chloe.
Oh, at least you realise you were trying to have a
Chloe,
joke.
You've set the table without ruining someone's marriage before. Piece of cake.
It is a piece of cake. Plates. Take them.
It's off to the table with you.
Yes. We're going to the table. Let's go to the table. You remember the table. Good work. Oh, okay. Mum's on your case. It's not a journal. It's just a message from Mum. What's this going to be like? Okay. Right, here we go. Chloe, Justin Williams' mum just called me. Were you in the play tonight? I would have liked to see that. And then Chloe says, kind of just happened. Mum, I know it was last minute. I'm glad you're doing well. It would be nice to see you tonight. Are you coming home? And then a minute later, please, Chloe, I miss you. Has that had any effect on you at all, Chloe? No. None whatsoever. Let's go talk to Mr. Amber. Hey there. Honesty, integrity and all the rest.
It's like 1,000 times more skeevy when the skeeviness is all polite to your face.
Yeah. I mean, attorney-client privilege maybe, but that doesn't involve snogging them in a park, does it? Next.
Hiya, Mr. Amber.
Kick him.
Whoa. What can I do for you?
Well.
What do you think? I thought Rachel was perfectly cast.
She certainly was. We're very proud of her. I had no idea they were going to do that.
No.
Do what?
I don't know the name for it. Reverse casting? Casting a woman as a man?
Happens all the time in
I
Shakespeare.
just meant the wizard part.
I suppose that's also true.
Doesn't it? I mean, I don't know my Shakespeare that well. Rachel?
Your daughter's pretty great.
Thank you. We're fond of her as well.
Really?
You ever feel like she's so awesome at everything that you just want to shake her?
She can't help it.
Me neither.
She can't help saying these things, can she?
So, you're a district attorney, huh?
I'm your district attorney.
So I can call you if I'm ever district arrested?
What would you be arrested for?
Uh-oh.
It was a joke. Not a good one, clearly.
Yeah, get out of there.
Duty calls. Good chat, Mr. Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Amber's already dismissed you as being inconsequential. Oh, Mr. Amber. Do you know what? Just for that, I'm going to use your laptop.
Doing the play was bad enough without having to read about it afterwards. Hope Drew's okay, though.
Okay, here come the comments. Congrats to the wonderful cast and crew of the Tempest. Steph, so sorry I missed out, guys. The emergency came up. It did. Rachel, love you guys. Juliet, I am so sorry. Hayden, why sorry? You don't control the fire. Or do you? Steph, Chloe held it down like a champ. Logan, any update on how Drew's doing? Zach, recovering. We're going to see him first thing tomorrow.
How to clear browser history, followed by a gap for all of yesterday. That's like cheating asshat 101.
Isn't that revealing?
Rachel.
He's looking at Golf, the Beacon, 40 plus healthy lifestyles, and then Incognito tab, How to Incognito tab, How to clear browser history, and then for some reason, a couple of days later onto Small Shops and Nodface. Interesting. It is interesting, Chloe, that he completely has no entries for the 7th and cleared his browser history on the 6th, presumably, before he went off. Okay. What do I do? What do I do now? I can't go upstairs, can I?
I should stay down here until Rachel is ready.
All right. Okay, game. You talked me into it. Shall we try talking again to Mr. Amber?
Something else?
Yeah. No.
Duty calls. Good chat, Mr. Amber.
You two are getting on like a house on fire or a forest, whichever came first. All right. Let's go chat to Mrs. A. Again. Is there anything else I can help you with, Mrs. A?
Yes, Chloe?
Is there anything else I can help you with? Rachel.
So, Rachel was pretty awesome tonight.
She sure was. And I imagine whatever trick the two of you pulled to get her back on stage was even more dramatic than the play.
She's not
We
stupid.
can be very persuasive together.
Persuasive. Yes, that's a word for it. I get the sense that you're a force of nature yourself. I can see why the two of you get along so well.
You can? Because it still seems crazy to me.
Isn't that interesting, you know, that Mrs. Amber's got a better handle on this than Chloe gives her credit for?
Plates? Check. Anything else?
Actually, could you be a dear and ask Mr. Amber what he'd like to drink with dinner?
I will be a dear.
Go be a dear.
Talking to James. As long as I can avoid using the words cheating and scumbag, I should be fine.
Oh, Chloe. Hey, James, it's me again.
Something else?
Yeah? Would you like a drink?
What's your vice, Mr. Amber?
Chloe.
I'm sorry?
Your wife wants to know what kind of drink you're having.
Ah, let's say sherry.
Okay.
Sherry with dinner?
1, 2, 3. Sherry.
Sherry.
Comical.
Totally wasted.
Chloe, maybe you can help me understand something.
I'll give it a
Oh,
shot.
what is this? What is this?
Rose and I, we're worried about Rachel. Yesterday was so unlike her. What do you suppose is going on?
He's going to blame you. He's going to blame you. Oh, you can't say besides you, because if you do that, you're not doing what Rachel asks you to do. She told you to steer away from saying stupid things.
Besides all my bad behavior rubbing off on her, you mean?
Yeah, that's the implication here, isn't it?
Another joke.
You
No.
tell me. It seemed like you and Wells were happy to believe that this morning.
Rachel is her own person. She's responsible for her actions. I'd be lying if I said I didn't have concerns about your friendship, but perhaps you're exactly who Rachel needs right now as she navigates the choppy waters of adolescence.
Thanks.
What does he mean by that? Does he mean it's good for her to associate with someone who's a bit more, I don't know, from the wild side? Anyway, he wants some sherry. I think he wants it as an aperitif. I don't think you have sherry with meals, do you? I don't know. I don't really drink. Hello. You want sherry? Sherry.
The boss man would like a sherry.
Thank you. The glasses are in the china cabinet. You can place one at his setting.
How am I supposed to get to China? Kidding. It's the fancy-looking cabinet, right?
That's the one.
Got it.
Oh, Chloe, you're so wasted on this audience. They don't appreciate you. They're a bit stuff-shirtish, aren't they? I get the feeling Mrs. A might not be so bad, but Mr. A is very, very corporate. Let's take a glass. Just the one?
It's the triangle-shaped one.
That much I do know.
Basic shapes. Now you're speaking my language.
The weird thing is, Chloe's attitude, it's not that she's, I mean, you know, she doesn't want to come over as stupid or unintelligent or all the rest of it. It sort of belies her intelligence, doesn't it? The way she behaves. Okay, so there's his setting, and I'll put the glass down. Chloe. Yeah, she was on about having a shower, wasn't she? Because she thought she'd smell. And she must have had a shower at some point in all of this, probably after the play or whatever. Because otherwise, she'd be concerned about her personal hygiene, sitting so close to the Ambers for their food. Who do we go back to talk to again now? We'll try Mrs. A. Done that.
Yes, Chloe?
Let's talk about more.
What else? Feel like I'm getting good at this.
Only one last step. As our guest, you may do the honor of lighting the candles. The lighter is in the...
It's cool. I've got my own.
Oh.
Oh, Chloe.
You never know when you'll need to light a candle. Right?
Good save.
You're a paragon of preparedness.
Thanks. I think.
Yeah.
Time to light some candles and bless this joint up a bit.
Given that there's a forest fire raging out there, it's probably not a good idea to tell Mrs. A that you've got your own lighter, Chloe. Or even tell Rachel's father. That would be even worse. Candles. Here you are. Light them. Gosh, we are domesticated today, aren't we? Good work.
The Amber family and fire.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yes, the connection isn't lost on us. A hearty meal was enjoyed. Oh, do we eat in silence? Apparently we do. Wow, it's getting on. Shouldn't you be going home, Chloe? Someone will say in a minute.
So, Chloe, are you and Rachel in any of the same classes?
Yes. Escapology. Not anymore.
Not since this morning.
Oh, gosh.
You've done it again, Mrs. A.
Nah, that's cool. We're not.
What about that fire?
Oh.
Dinner's really good, Mom.
Thank you, Rachel. The way the fire spreads so fast, I've never heard of anything like it.
It's strange.
It's almost surreal.
Oh, don't use that word.
They'd say
Everybody
a fire
uses
like
it.
that could only come from a crime of passion.
Passion. What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. You tell me.
Walked into that one.
You're the DA, of course.
It's certainly troubling. The latest report from the commissioner's office suggests arson.
Oh, wow.
Why would anyone do that?
Any number of reasons. With everything going on in the world today, even a town like Arcadia Bay isn't immune to the ills of society.
They are going to be looking for someone.
I cannot imagine how difficult these last few years have been for you, Chloe. Now that you and Rachel have become friends, I want you to know that our home is always open to you.
That's nice.
Cool. Thanks.
Well said, dear. It's imperative in such troubled times as these that we remember what is most important to us. Family.
Oh.
Family's not merely a gift. It is a responsibility. As such, those we love must be cared for and never, ever taken for granted.
Oh. So Rachel looks like she is an unexploded bomb. Look at her. She's waiting to go off. We're not going to attack James, are we? What do we do here? I can't decide. Game, help me. If I calm Rachel down. I'm seriously thinking here. Please share some thinking time with me. Part of me wants to attack James because he's being such a self-righteous person. And part of me wants to calm Rachel down because you don't want this to all explode. Let's go with the calm Rachel first. Or should we? I've made a decision.
Yeah, that's super true. And also remember, Rachel, that even when shit's like the lamest ever, you can always run away from whatever's bothering you. As long as you just keep calm.
An
Clever.
interesting philosophy, Chloe.
Yes, indeed. Not one that I would endorse, however. I favor confronting my problems head on. But to each their own, I suppose.
Stop speaking, James.
Oh, fucking blow me.
Oh, well, that was going to happen.
Rachel?
We're not going to distract. We'll explain.
That's just a little inside joke we have together. No, you blow me, Rachel.
Chloe, stop.
She's not having it.
I can't sit here and listen to this bullshit anymore.
Oh,
Stop it, Dad. You're a hypocrite. Okay? I know.
here it comes.
You lying, cheating piece of shit, motherfucker.
Excuse me?
We saw you yesterday at the Overlook
James?
kissing that woman.
James.
Rachel? Honey, whatever you saw or think you saw, I know it's hard, but I need you to trust me.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Think we saw? Are you trying to gaslight us? There's no thinking involved. We saw you locking lips with some other woman. Best part is, she and I use the same drug dealer.
That's enough! You are not welcome here or around my daughter any longer. I know exactly what kind of person you are from the moment I saw you.
Yeah, of course you did.
And I let my wife's compassion get the better of me.
Oh? What kind of person is
A
that?
delinquent. A broken girl from a broken home.
That's enough, James. I will not have you continue to speak to her like this.
Oh well, oh well, oh well. And Rachel's just sitting there. Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. Something's gonna happen.
Why can't you just tell me the fucking truth? Stop lying. Stop being a politician for 1 fucking minute. Can't you just be my dad?
Rachel, that woman you saw, that wasn't my mistress.
Well, who the heck was it then?
That was your mother.
What? 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 Oh my... What the heck just happened? This is crazy. And then we have the aftermath. We've got Steph still at the hospital, and we've got drug arrangements being made. Oh, we're crossing them all off. Drew. Oh. No, don't tell me she's put 2 and 2 together like I said she might. And Chloe's still missing, Mom. She's not there. And here's David to console you. Don't worry, honey, we've got the house all to ourselves. What shall we do with this room? It would make a nice den for me. Meanwhile, the fire rages, still, out of control. Oh, Samantha. She's caught up with Nathan. Oh, she's got the thing for Nathan, hasn't she? And footsteps. Whose footsteps? Da-da. I see the tattoo. I see the white shoes. It's Sarah. The ash from the forest fire rains down on Arcadia Bay. You're Rachel's mother? What on earth is she doing in Arcadia Bay? She has come to see Rachel. Have we come to the end of a chapter? We have. Oh wonder, trophy earned. That's the end of episode 2. That's the end of it. Okay, I'm going to stop at that point because it's obviously sensible to do so. I did have a very long, nearly 2-hour episode recently, so making one that's more like an hour is probably not a bad idea. There's so much to unravel there. My mind is blown. I did not see that as a possibility in my blurb at the start, so I've got some thinking to do. We've all got some thinking to do. There are huge consequences now for what's going to happen here. The revelation that Rachel's mother isn't her mother is just mind-blowing to start with. Okay, that's it. That was the end of episode 6. There'll be some notes at the start of episode 7. After all that, there will be. I hope you join me for that. I hope you enjoyed episode 6. That was fantastic. Didn't see that coming. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode really soon. Bye.